There we go. We got one left. All right, here we go. And the next session we have today is the War Against Sex Trafficking. And Patty Mellard has been a Rotarian for 30 years. She's a member and past president of the Topeka South Rotary. Patty has served in many district Rotary leadership roles, including district trainer, assistant governor, membership chair, district conference chair, and she's currently the district peace chair. Patty received the Rotary International Service Above Self Award in 2009. She's a Rotary benefactor and a major donor. Patty is owner and CEO of Key Staffing and Premier Employment Solutions in Topeka and Manhattan. Was a 2015 inducted to the Topeka Business Hall of Fame. Patty's favorite pastime is fishing, and she loves spending time with her 12 grandchildren. Thank you, Patty.
I'm going to first show you a video, and I hope that we can figure it out, which is not you all know what that is? Yeah, there. All right.
Bye.
You all hear that?
Much further than that, but just to get this
and charming. And for 6 months, he dated me. He got to know my hopes and my dreams and my fears. He slowly pushed the boundaries of hypersexuality in my life. And after 6 months, he invited us to move in with him. See, trafficking is not always abductions. It's a slow, gradual expansion of boundaries and an increase of trust. The day that me and my daughter arrived in Las Vegas, which is where he moved us to, the day that we arrived, he forced me into human trafficking. For nearly 6 years, I was sold between 3 different traffickers. I had 3 other women that were in the home with us and 2 children. During those nearly 6 years, I was branded twice, having 2 different men tattoo their names on my back like a piece of card. My face had been broken in 5 places. I was hospitalized for dehydration and overexhaustion, and I had been to jail 7 times. But I was never kidnapped, or duct taped, or locked in a room with a dirty mattress. The reality is that my daughter may have gone to school floors, that I may have stood next to you in a grocery store, and nobody ever noticed. Nobody ever noticed because we all envision that one way. And trafficking survivors included, I would have thought of, I got on the plane willingly. I got out of the car willingly. I didn't fully understand the complexities of force, fraud, and coercion played out in my everyday life. Thankfully, in 2007, federal investigators raided the home and allowed me and my daughter an eventual avenue for escape. But I can tell you that running was not the hard part. The hard part was choosing poverty. The hard part was starting over at 26 with an 8-year-old girl being homeless. The hard part is having a criminal record, a huge gap in job history, and much unlimited person should live with. The hard part was what now?
So maybe some of you heard her at the International Convention last year. Larry shaking his head, yes. I apologize if it sounded we should have practiced that ahead of time, I guess. But, right, so what now? You're saying, okay, that was Atlanta, right? Yeah, okay. So there isn't a problem in Kansas, right? No. Well, the Department of Justice says that Kansas is an originating state. That means that a lot of the victims of human trafficking come from Kansas. We're the originating state for a lot of these victims. Because we're an intersection of I-70 and I-35, I mean, just look at this map. We're right here in the middle. We're centrally located. You've already heard probably about how drugs are trafficked around Kansas. Same thing for human trafficking. Well, these are the Kansas statistics. You can read those for yourself. But most of, and I think I have them on the handout that I passed out. So I got 110, so hopefully there's enough for everyone. So you can read the number of cases in Kansas. Most trafficking in Kansas involves our children. Your daughters, your granddaughters, your nieces and nephews. People that you know. So what about Topeka? That's where I'm from. And your community probably has the same kind of statistics. The rescue mission in Topeka received 130 referrals in 2017. 130. I mean, think about how many that is a week. The YWCA, so far this year, has helped 65 victims. The numbers are staggering. When I started learning about this about 6 months ago, I was shocked. Because I thought, oh, that's at truck stops or something like that. That's not. You know, and it's someplace else. It's not anything I know about. I was wrong. So let's talk about what sex trafficking is. I mean, it's a modern form of slavery. Even though she wasn't chained to the bed, she couldn't leave. She had no way to leave. Some people are chained to the bed. There's a house in Topeka where women are chained to the bed or chained to the wall. Truly. The YWCA, most of those victims came from the same pimp. They know his name. What are the truths about trafficking? Well, traffickers groom their victims, just like she said there. Traffickers will go to the mall and talk to your daughter, your granddaughter, anyone who they think is vulnerable, and go up to them and say, oh my gosh, you have such beautiful skin. wow, I'm a photographer. And they start making the person feel really good about themselves and groom them into becoming a victim. They employ fear, drug addiction, poverty, homelessness. They condition them to believe that no one is going to help them. And as you heard, they tattoo or brand their victims. Okay, so there are really three aspects to this crime. The three aspects are the victims, the traffickers, and the demand. So I just want to talk a little bit about each one of those areas. So first, let's talk about the victims. And I'm not going to read these all to you, except for I want to hit home the fact that the average age of entry is 14 years old. That is the average age of the victim that they take. 14. Okay, the next thing, well, right, I'm going to go back to victims for a minute here. So some of these things you can realize how hard that is to get the victims out of the situation that they're in. Because they're now addicted to drugs, they are homeless, they probably have a criminal record, they haven't worked forever. So if that person is rescued, if what we're going to do as Rotary is go in and rescue victims, how are we going to do that? How are we going to get them off drugs? How are we going to get them a job when they don't have a job history? I mean, it's a very, very difficult thing to do because of what they've been through and because of how they feel about themselves. One of the things that the traffickers do is take their cell phone immediately and they change the password on it and they start texting the family and nasty things, pretending like they're the person. You know, I hate you, I'm never coming back, those kind of things. It's not the victim who's doing that. It is the trafficker who is sending those messages to the family so that that person is alienated. So they put a tracer on the phone so that they know every place this person goes. So if she does try to go to help, her pimp knows where she's at. All right, so then why don't we look at stopping the traffickers, right? Well, these are the average statistics of the traffickers. This is what we know about them. Only 50% completed high school or has a GED. And look at the amount of money that they can make with a year. With one girl, they can make $200,000 a year. With 4 girls, they can make $500,000 or more. One of the things that they say to these young girls is, hey, why don't you get one of your friends to come in? And the girl believes that if I get one of my friends to come too, if I talk her to come in, I will have to be sold less often. You know, I'll only have to do it half the time. So they'll get their friend in. We all know that's not really true. He's just expanding his market. So that's how he gets additional victims. So if we put one of these guys in prison, and sometimes women are the traffickers too, but if we put one of them in prison, what do you think happens? Someone else steps right in and takes that job. I mean, that's a job everybody wants. You don't need a high school diploma, you can be on drugs, you can have a criminal record, I mean, all the things other employers screen you out for. You can get this job and you can make really good money. So it's really difficult to end trafficking by just putting them in prison. Okay, what about the demand? That's the third thing. I mean, somebody's got to be buying these victims, right? Well, this is the characteristics of the buyer. The average age is 40, but look at the range. In the United States, they estimate that 15 to 20% of men pay for sex. 60% of those people have a full-time job because they need to have money in order to buy sex, right? 52% of them are married or in a committed relationship. So who are these people? Guess what? We know who they are. We know these people. We work with them. We go to church with them. We know who these people are. So maybe we can affect the demand, right? And that's really the belief that we have right now, is that we can affect the demand through education. Because this is not a victimless crime. This is not, a lot of men believe, or tell themselves that they believe, that this is a victimless crime. These girls want to do this, they are prostitutes, and they want to do this, they choose to do this. Well, in most of the cases, that is not the truth. They do not want to do this, they now are trapped in this, and they don't know how to get out. And most of them think that it's their fault. I mean, just like she said, well, I got on the plane willingly, I went with him willingly, And how do you now get out of that? They feel like it was their fault that they got in this situation, and they don't know how to get out. So what we're talking about in the district is a couple approaches to what Rotary can do to try to make a difference. The first thing is, I would like you all to become a Peace Builder Club. So Rotary International's initiative under the peace building area is to have peace building clubs. And basically what that means is that you are going to look at peace as a relevant thing in your club, which, you know, this is one of the areas of focus, right? So what Blanche, District Governor Blanche has supported is that we would ask every club in our district to be a peace building club. And if you go to the Rotary International website and you look at the peace building clubs, there's like maybe, I don't know, 10 or so in the United States. And so we want our district to be the first to really say we care about peace. All you have to do is agree to the Peace Builder Club standards. You have to fill out the application, have a chair and at least one volunteer. And I have the application on the back of your handout that I gave. There's a really short course on peace, and it's like 4 pages of things to read. And you will find that it's really interesting. You can email me and I'll send that to you, or you can find it on the website also. There's also an online training course on peace. That personally I haven't had time to do yet. It just got put on the website July 1st. So that's another thing that you could do. And you're asked to sponsor at least one club peace building activity per year. So that peace building activity could be anything, like have one of the World Peace Fellows who lives in our district come and talk to your club about what peace means. I mean, our club has already had 2. We had a World Peace Fellow come and talk, and yesterday we had the school officer who was in charge of safety come and talk. So most things that you maybe are doing already are related to peace, but Rotary really wants you to focus on thinking about how this relates to peace and conflict resolution. So in the district, we have adopted a project on human trafficking under our peace building area. You don't have to participate in that. I really hope that you will consider doing something in that area, but that's not a requirement. These are the projects that we're doing in our district. The first one is Demand and End, and you may have seen the news release, and Pat had it up here when there was a press conference in Topeka with the AG's office. Our district has partnered with the AG's office in a public awareness campaign that we hope raises the awareness of what sex trafficking is, and that it's not a victimless crime. You can schedule a program about this, you can schedule a meeting, come and talk about this in your club if you would like, but what we would like to do is get it out to every single club and have you take it back to your business and communicate to people that this is not a victimless crime. And you might be kind of thinking about men at this point, but the statistics show you that there's a percentage of women that are buyers of sex trafficking also, and also that are traffickers. So take this presentation to your club, take it to your workplace, and then go online to the AG's office and sign the petition of demandandend.org or demandandend.ks.gov, and that's on your handout too. To help support the AG's office in improving legislation. That petition is going to be taken to the legislature in January. I have some posters back there on the back table that you're welcome to take back to your workplace. If you want any more of them, I certainly have more. Another project is called Be an Angel, and we're just trying to get this project started. Primarily the downtown club and some of the people on my committee are working on this. And this is a program that would provide assistance to rescue victims. So what you would do is agree to give up to $100 when somebody calls you with that need. So we would need money, like I'm thinking $500 in a seed fund for this, and then when the YWCA or the police department called and said, hey, I have a victim we just rescued. She's originally from Nashville, Tennessee, and she has family there, and she wants to go home, but the bus ticket is $75. Will you support that? And then you say yes or no, and they take money out of the seed account, and you write a check the next day. You want your name to go to the bottom of the list and be called again, or if you say this is it, you know, I did my own thing, that's fine too. So I think that's a really easy project that you can partner with people who are servicing victims in the community who do know what they're doing, because we're new at this. We can't come in and just rescue victims, but we can provide support to the people who are rescuing victims. And then the last project is to provide fresh start bags or burner phones, and burner phones. And we're going to be writing a district grant for this. And what this would be is when they rescue victims, guess what? They don't have a suitcase, they don't have a toothbrush, they don't have anything. They have the clothes on their back, which usually are pretty skimpy and well worn. So this would be providing a bag. I have a picture of one that I got from, there's an agency in Wichita that's doing this right now. And they gave out, in Wichita, they gave out 400 bags last year. 400 victims that they rescued. Women, children, and even boys, teenage boys. So the Fresh Start bag is just a bag full of, they could be the values, maybe about $100, full of basic clothes items. Sweatpants, sports bras, shampoo, conditioner, lotion. And they always ask that you put a $25 gift card to like a fast food place. Because this is the other thing. These women have not had a choice in their life for a long time. Nothing that they can choose. So if you give them a gift card to a fast food place, when they come into the police department or into the YWCA and they have this card, guess what the first thing they must do is? Let's go to McDonald's and I want to choose what I'm going to eat. Because they haven't been able to choose anything for years. So this is a very important part of it. And these fleece blankets, which probably a lot of you women have made fleece blankets before, that is really, really an important item too. So they have something soft and comfortable and protecting. These are the items that, through their experience in Wichita, they have found to be important in rescuing. And then the other thing is burner phones, which I told you how the chemical put a tracer on the girls and take control of the phone. So if we want to try to rescue a victim, we need to get the burner phone. And we have found a source that we can get phones for $30 that are a smartphone. So after the minutes run out, they can still go to a Wi-Fi place or something and connect. What you can do is donate money, donate items, or help assemble the bags. So there's really 3 different ways you could participate in that. So I know that I ran through that rather quickly, but if you have any questions, unfortunately, I am leaving, and so thank you for letting me go ahead. Some of you other speakers, because my husband and 2 dogs are in the truck waiting for me. Because we were going to northern Minnesota fishing, so.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Pat.
So my contact information is on that flyer also. If you call my cell phone, leave a voicemail, because usually if I don't recognize the number, you know, it's one of those robo things, so I might not answer. So leave a message, or certainly email me, or you can text me. Thank you.
Good.
There, but this is the Magisto thing, right? Okay, so I picked the pancake.